August, you ready to see the new Spider-Man movie?
No? Too much? Welcome on back to
Comic Conquest.
Fantastic.
Wow, that was great.
Angelic, even.
We're here to talk about, as you can tell, the new Spider-Verse movie, which was...
Across the Spiderverse. It's fantastic. But let's get into that.
Yeah, let's hop into it with our classic format.
Burp! Breakdown, review, and predictions.
Okay.
And this one actually applies.
Yeah, it actually does.
There are predictions to be made.
I don't think we're going to talk about this whole movie.
No,
breakdown,
there's
but
a lot.
we recommend you go see it, and
100%.
spoilers are about to happen.
Yeah.
Lots of spoilers.
A lot of them.
Wow, lots of spoilers.
Yeah.
But let's just hop into it, right? We have the opening, which was great with Gwen.
Fantastic. She's beating drums and expositioning on us. Gwen is on the run from her home dimension because she revealed her identity to her dad, who was the police captain, which is important. And then Miguel is there, and he's assembled an elite squad, I guess, or something. And Jessica Drew is there, and that's kind of it for her. And Peter B. Parker shows up, and he's got a daughter.
Yeah, well, that's kind of skipping ahead. But yeah, and when we meet Miguel and all these people, and we start going to Miles,
Yeah.
who has been Spider-Man for a whole, year now, I
Yeah,
guess?
it's about a year is what's going on. Everyone's changed a bit. He's got a new costume. He's all tall and stuff. His dad's becoming a police captain.
Because that goes great.
That's going to go fantastically.
It's just cool to see Miles as Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's got
doesn't get
fluid
enough
moments.
respect. His workflow. And then we just move. I think we just move on to the storyline.
I
So
mean-
Gwen shows up and he's like, "Oh my God, Gwen! I have all these pictures of you drawn in a notebook. It's not creepy at all."
The villain of this movie is two villains, I guess, if you really think about it.
It's the villain that you wanted.
Is the Spot. The Spot is a villain. Cole did not believe that he was a villain.
I knew
he was
Spot.
adamantly against. He's like, there's no way that the Spot could be the actual villain of the movie. And guess what? I was like, I don't believe you. I think maybe he might run into the Inheritors and then they become the villain in the next movie. And he's like, that's cap.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen. He's just the big.
He's
bad.
just the villain. He just goes around absorbing dimensional energy, which. Cool, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Spot.
he's...
Hey, Spot, I'm glad you got the promotion. Good job.
You went from villain of the week to villain of the month.
Yeah.
Good work.
So Spot's going around and around, and you get all the stuff with Spider-Man India and Miles and Miguel, who we find out went to another dimension and
Bro literally pulled a Rick and Morty. Just decided to
live another life.
Went to a dimension where he died and live his life.
But from this we learn a lot because Earth 42, the spider that Miles is bitten by, doesn't get a Spider-Man because of the
Spot, I guess.
Yeah.
They took that spider. So it's weird. It's interesting. Miles is apparently a mistake. He's the anomaly.
Yeah. And this whole movie is really just a giant setup for the next one, which sounds crazy because we could explain this to you, but it's all really exposition for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And,
but it's really done. It's
really
well
done
exposition.
And there's a lot of cool stuff for the real fans like us.
Yeah, man. If you're not a real fan, you're not gonna understand.
Yeah,
this
if
movie.
you didn't see every cameo, then you're not a real fan.
Then you're not a real fan. No. There were a lot of really cool cameos. Really interesting ones. Who was not in it would probably be faster. Tom Holland is not in this one.
Movie.
He's mentioned. Roasted even
at the very beginning,
but his face does not appear in this movie, which means he's probably gonna show
in the next one.
But then establishes that it's 199999.
But that was in the trailer, so.
But yeah, that was in the trailer. But that's just like a little dig at Kevin Feige, who's like, "No, this is Earth 616." Get wrecked, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, tangent.
What other cameos? We had Spectacular Spider-Man. He got a line or two.
Insomniac Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, he got a line.
Donald Glover got a whole cameo. As himself.
Yeah, as from the MCU, I guess, maybe.
I don't think Kevin Feige would like that.
I don't know.
But he's himself.
Yeah.
Donald Glover. He is Aaron Davis the Prowler.
Yeah, he's Aaron.
But it's not animated. It's live action.
He shows up.
Which was crazy.
I don't know if any of you...
There's actually a lot of live action integration into this movie. I wasn't expecting.
It was pretty shocking. Fun fact, Miles Morales is based off of Donald Glover.
It was inspired from the show Community.
Yeah.
He ends up playing the first version of Miles Morales in the
Ultimate
Spider-Man. Yeah. The more you know.
Boop, 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 boop. Lego shows up and it keeps the same like aesthetic and jokes from the Lego movie. I thought that was really fun. The what is it called? The convenience store lady from Venom shows up.
Represent. Anyway.
Here at Comic Con.
I'm actually so overwhelmed with the amount of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I think they even play into that because when you go to the like Spider Society base, they start like doing little tidbits about everyone, and then it just starts so many, and you can't read them all. So when it comes out on DVD, I expect a full breakdown by new rock stars.
Metro Spider got 2 lines too. Metro Boomin, who did the whole music, and there's a lot of music in this whole movie. Like a majority of the album's actually in the movie, which I was really surprised, and a lot of good music.
But I also kind of want to talk about the art.
Oh, you can talk about
as an art student. No, what the? Just shut up. But the aesthetic changes and just overall look of the film is fantastic. I love Gwen Stacy's world because it is quite literally like a painting. A lot of the scenes, and it changes depending on the mood. I thought that was fantastic, and it's even slightly subtle in some scenes where it'll just change colors, but then it like brighten up or darken, and it's just really fantastic. I think it's a crazy feat of art engineering. I'm not coining that, but I'm sure it exists. Anyway, the ending, let's get it.
Well, we could also talk about like when they break out of the Spider headquarters, the art style changes also, and then when they go underground on Nueva York, it changes.
God, the color theory in this film is
I'm sure there's some people that are like, when I saw it in theaters, I could tell when it switched from animated on 2s to animated on 1s. That's not me. I'm not that guy. I can tell you about...
I was saying like, oh, they changed it.
That's not... it's him. Not like, I'm sure.
I am him.
But let's talk about the ending of this movie and where they end up. So Miles, basically, this whole movie is him meeting the Spider People and then him escaping the Spider People and where he ends up, right?
Because he got a dad.
That's glorified. Yeah, we should talk about the canon.
Yeah, we should talk about the crux of the plot, right?
So the main part of the plot is these canon events, which are not like canon events. They're like canon events.
Canon. Actually, let's pull a page out of the Spider-Verse. Canon. That's the definition. They do that. I thought that was great.
Yeah. There's a lot of like cool comic booky stuff. But the canon events, which hold the whole web of, which they said this web of life and destiny, literally.
That's from the comics.
Together. And
It just like if you disturb them, then the whole
canon breaks. So that whole universe will be destroyed. And we saw.
That's what happened.
We saw Miguel and Peter B. Parker watch a whole universe vanish in front of them.
It was pretty crazy.
And you see Peter B. Parker hurt. In this whole movie, he's actually pretty happy.
Yeah, he's a little bit of like parent delirious, which is kind of funny. He's like, "Look at my baby, hold my baby, just hold the baby."
Yeah, if you like that.
I thought it was funny. But like the whole like conflict, I guess, is that there's a specific event where a police captain is supposed to die trying to help a young child, or just a police captain that is close to Spider-Man specifically. And like we said, Miles' dad is going to be a police captain, and they're like, it's going to happen in 2 days, but we're going to hold you here. And he's like,
he starts beating up. Also, Miles stopped Spider-Man at India's canon event.
Yeah, he stopped that, which is why everyone...
But you saw the movie, so you knew that.
Yeah, but you knew that.
And he's going to go take the go home machine and go back home because he wants to save his dad.
Yeah, which is how he escapes, and like we said, the spider's from a different universe.
But,
so when it identifies him from that universe, not 1610, which is his universe.
So he doesn't go home.
Yeah, so he ends up in 42, which is an alternate universe, which doesn't have a Spider-Man because that's where the spider went, to Miles. So that's like a totally crime-ridden, crazy place.
It was very dark. So like, yeah, this whole movie, I was like, there were so many places where I felt like it's gonna end here. It's gonna end here because I have no sense of time. And then we see Miles tell his mom that he's Spider-Man, and she's like,
"Ha! What the fuck is that?
What is a Spider-Man?" But yeah, and it ends with Gwen making her team.
Gwen makes her team, and it's also revealed that in that universe, Miles became the Prowler. So, and that's kind of where it ends, and it's pretty epic. So, yeah, review. Go watch the fucking movie.
Review? It was great.
Yeah. Is it?
What am I gonna cap to you? I enjoyed every minute of it.
I've said this to Cole already, but is it out of the two, Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spiderverse, is it my favorite of the two? No, but that is literally only because Into the Spider-Verse is a complete story where the arcs finish.
And we haven't.
It's completely wrapped. This is a phenomenal film that with the second one, my dog is walking around, so that's what that noise is. But with the second one, I think this one has the opportunity to be some of the best comic media
I
ever.
will say... You will say nothing. I'm talking now. I just want to cut in and say that me and August are very overwhelmed in this video. We don't get to talk about everything that we wanted to. And I'm sure we could do an hour review, predictions, breakdown of this movie. But I will say the comedy in this movie is phenomenal. The Spider-Man #2 endorses baby powder joke. Loved it. The beep boops in the Lego world. Loved it. There's so much stuff that I loved. The art style in this movie was great. All the little changes. I think August mentioned the Gwen's mood ring thing. That was great. The writing in this movie is phenomenal. There's so many characters that are being developed. Gwen has an obvious arc that she's going through. Peter B. Parker has an obvious arc that he's going through. Miles has an obvious arc he's going through. And Miguel, well, there's something cooking there. There's also great moments in this movie, like the advertised cool moment of Miles beating Miguel. And it's not just a copy of What's Up Danger, even though it mirrors it a little bit and it plays a sound cue. Here's August explaining that.
There's a specific music cue that is exactly like what it means to be Spider-Man and plays every time that like someone is doing something.
Spider-Man?
Like it exemplifies Spider-Man. Predictions.
I honestly have no idea what's going to happen, besides that Gwen's team is going to come and pick him up. But we have to deal with this whole idea that Miles could be a villain, which I'm sure is a very heavy topic for him.
Yeah.
I'm glad we get to see his Uncle Aaron again. That was a character I really enjoy.
Yeah, he's a good character.
But they're going to go back and save his dad, I guess.
Yeah, so Gwen Stacy, she goes back to her universe, and then her dad is like, "I quit my job." So she's like, oh,
"You're not a captain.
You're not gonna die." So and then she's like, "Oh, so there is a way. Anything is possible. Is for the possible."
And then Hobby, who was a cool character in this movie.
Oh yeah, Hobby Brown, who I couldn't understand half of what he was saying, but I think that might have been the joke. Yeah, predictions. Otherwise, the original Spider-Verse team shows back
with a couple new faces.
With a couple new faces, we've got Pav. His name is so hard for me to say because I need to see the words, the letters. But the Spider-Man from Moonbatten, and then we got Spider-Punk, and then Spider-Bite, I think is her name.
Spider-Bite, yep.
Yeah, which is a digital spider person.
And then the original team.
Yeah, and then Noir and Pig and Penny, who has got a comic accurate mech suit. And yeah, so I think that they're gonna go up against Miguel, who's gonna have his team, which consists of Jessica,
Ben
Riley, and poor Ben Riley.
Ben Riley is just a meme at this point.
Marvel just finds a way to fuck him over in every media that they can. But I'm sure we'll see other characters in the morally gray.
Let's get into a wild theory, August. Miguel O'Hara, this movie, there's something happening with this man. Because at the beginning of the movie, he picks up Vulture and you see his real fangs, and he's about to do something devious. And the light flashes on him. And then when we see him again, he's injecting himself with something. What are your ideas here, August? What is going on with him? What is he doing?
So my theory is that we all know that, as we all know with our exact equal knowledge of Spider-Man, is that Miguel O'Hara is a bioengineer scientist man. So my theory is that he created a serum that gives him spider powers, but he doesn't actually have spider powers.
That's a cool idea.
Did he ever show off?
He never showed his origin story of him working at Alchemex and stuff.
That's true, but I was gonna say, did he ever have Spidey sense?
It's me again, and keen fans might say Spider-Man 2099 does not have a spider sense. And this is true. In his original conception and origin, he does not have a spider sense, but is later given to him and retconned by Madam Web, who just gives him a spider sense so he could be a spider person. But you gotta let my boy cook real quick, because the origin is not the same.
Because he gets hit at the very start by the blast.
Oh my god, that's a great point. Yeah, he does get surprised by Vulture, which Gwen picks up. Oh, shit.
Am I a fucking genius?
The Predictor, back at it again.
If this happens...
That's crazy. I didn't even recognize that.
I'm
gonna throw away my theory. I think August is right. He's a genetically fake Spider-Man. He's not actually Spider-Man because they never talk about it.
Which actually would explain why he's so pissed off at Miles.
Yeah.
Because Miles isn't supposed to be Spider-Man and got it by mistake.
Yeah. Because he does get hit with a lot of stuff, and we never see his origin.
And he never connects with people.
Yeah. Because when we see Miles and Spider-Bite meet, they have
the tingle.
The tingle. And Miguel never has the tingle with anybody. August, another big brain prediction.
Oh my
god.
That's great.
So you came to this video just for that prediction.
We'll see. Anyway, Inheritors, I don't think we're gonna.
No, Inheritors.
If anything,
it's too confusing.
Yeah. If anything, that would be the sequel to this. If they want to do that, I don't know.
So
honestly, they could end it at 3.
I think this is what's gonna happen. Is they're gonna go the very beginning of this movie is them gonna be rescuing Miles and him struggling with his idea of who he is, and then they're gonna go and save his dad.
Yeah.
And then Miguel's gonna come. He's be like, no. Spider people are supposed to have dads. And then, the movie will, end with them dealing with Spot and all this stuff. But it's going to be, us realizing why Miguel is so upset.
Yeah.
And then maybe we get another movie with Miguel as, the main villain. I don't know if that'll happen, though, if they're going to throw those two.
He's going to become the superior Spider-Man. I think that's a super solid formula.
But this Miguel thing is either going to be wrapped into this second movie or it's going to happen in its own situation. I'm not sure. He's kind of a wild card at this current moment because I think August is right. He's not really a spider person.
I just find it suspicious when you're injecting yourself with things. Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that's about gonna do it for us
this video
here. All the movies are coming out, so you're gonna see our faces whether you like it or not. And with that said,
like, comment, subscribe.
We'll see you in the next video.